Now.
Good Saturday morning. Thank you so much for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Haley Mylon. We're going to get to our top stories in just a few moments. First, let's take a live look outside. Your time now, 6 a.m. There is the Kennedy Center in the center of your screen, and off to the left a little bit, the Lincoln Memorial. Looking nice, looking beautiful, looking clear. Brittany Ward getting us set for our Saturday. Brittany, you got good news for us.
Yes, I have great news as we kickstart the Easter weekend. We're going to be tracking those warm temperatures today, but it will be a bit cloudy out there. So overall, keep that in mind when making any plans, but regardless, it's going to be a nice day. Satellite and radar showing you those clouds are starting to build across much of the DMV. That's the trend through the rest of your Saturday. Taking a look out towards the west, though, we are seeing a cold front that's making its way in the Ohio Valley. This will begin to dive into our area later on today, sparking up a few isolated showers, mainly along the Maryland-Pennsylvania borderline, but much of the day does look to stay dry. Now, those temperatures heading out the door right now are still very mild. We're tracking upper 60s to lower 70s. 70 currently in DC, 68 as you head over there to Fredericksburg, Virginia, 69 there in Martinsburg, West Virginia. So you will not need the jacket when heading out the door today. Highs are expected to get into the 80s across the entire DMV. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of this forecast and what to expect, Haley, up next.
All right, Brittany, thank you. Check this video out. A heavy police presence at Navy Yard last night at the wharf. DC police there, they say there were a ton of juveniles in the area. Those juveniles reportedly involved in multiple fights. We're not seeing any reports of injuries from those fights, but the police presence temporarily is shutting down the ballpark entrance of the Navy Yard Metro Station. We'll keep you on top of the very latest. And Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen is now back in the U.S. after a trip to El Salvador. The senator visiting Central American country to meet the wrongfully deported Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Our Max Marcelo was at Dulles International Airport to hear from Van Hollen when he returned.
Senator Chris Van Hollen greeting Kilmar Abrego Garcia's wife Jennifer with a hug, having just met with her husband a day earlier in El Salvador.
This case is not just about one man. It's about protecting the constitutional rights of everybody who resides in the United States of America.
After ICE officials detained him in Prince George's County last month, Abrego Garcia was sent on a plane to Socote, a notorious prison in El Salvador. The deportation was deemed a mistake by government lawyers because Abrego Garcia had an order barring him from being sent to El Salvador.
He was traumatized by being at CCOT.
9 days ago, he was moved to another prison. One he tells Senator Van Hollen has better conditions, but he's still blocked from the outside world.
His conversation with me was the first communication he'd had with anybody outside a prison since he was abducted.
But even this meeting came with controversy. The senator called Margarita Gate. He says Salvadoran government officials placed these drinks on the table, appearing to be some sort of drink with a salt or sugar rim. The photos released by El Salvador President Nayib Bukele, who says the men were sipping margaritas. Van Hollen says, look at the rims. No sips were taken.
This is a lesson into the lengths that President Bukele will do to deceive people about what's going on.
All of this as the Trump administration shares allegations that Abrego Garcia is a gang member, which his attorneys deny. Van Hollen with this message.
So I say to the president and the Trump administration, if you want to make claims about Mr. Abrego Garcia and MS-13, you should present them in the court, not over social media.
Senator Van Hollen says Abrego Garcia tells him he is sad that he's in prison because he hasn't committed any crimes. Now, coming up in our next half hour, we'll go to our Capitol Hill correspondent, Basil John, with more reaction to Van Hollen's visit to El Salvador. And staying in Maryland now, a car fire in Prince George's County. This happening yesterday along Branch Avenue. Look at those flames and the smoke just south of the Southern Maryland Hospital Center. The fire department tells us no one was injured here, but it's unclear how this fire started. And in Prince George's County, an officer is seriously hurt after a crash. Investigators say an accused drunk driver ran into the officer in Fort Washington. Police say the officer was investigating a crash on Route 210 yesterday around 3:30 in the morning. That's when another driver slammed into the police cruiser, sending the officer into the guardrail near Indian Head Highway. Now, investigators say the driver had a blood alcohol level that was twice that of the legal limit.
This officer, although he is now in a lot of pain, he's very lucky. Now they're doing tests on him as we speak out of an abundance of caution to make sure that there are no internal injuries. But from what we've heard from the family, he's doing fine, he's speaking, and he is in very good spirits.
The driver remained on scene. He was arrested and he's now facing multiple charges. Well, a tragic development in the case of a young Maryland mom reported missing about 2.5 weeks ago. Police believe they found her body buried in Prince George's County. Our Daniel Hamburg brings us the latest in the cross-county search.
23-year-old Lesbia Ramirez Guerra was last seen March 31st. Her boyfriend, Casey Barrera Rosa, reported her missing 2 days later.
From the onset, there was evidence that we recovered immediately that led us to believe foul play was involved, and her boyfriend was a person of interest.
Charles County Sheriff's Office spokesperson Diane Richardson says after a day-and-a-half search, detectives found a body just outside Cedarville State Forest.
The area where she was found was about 50 yards outside of the forest, and it was about 40 yards in a wooded area, and she was buried about 5 to 6 feet below the ground.
Richardson says digital forensics led them to that area. Investigators initially focused on the family's car.
We saw that the vehicle moved from the front of the house and then went to the back of the house. There was some activity back there, and then the vehicle came back out front and left. And during the 2 days, we believe that's the time that her boyfriend and his uncle buried her.
Guerra lived with her boyfriend, their 2 children, and several other people. Richardson says detectives worked tirelessly to bring some closure to the family.
It was a moment of relief for the detectives that they were able to tell her family we have found her. But it was very sad as well, and our community has been such a great support in offering their prayers and support.
Barrera Rosa is currently in custody out of state, but he will be brought back here to Charles County. Now, Rosa's uncle, Rolvin Eduardo Barrera, is charged as an accessory in her death. He is being held here at the Charles County Detention Center without bond. In La Plata, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Daniel, thank you for that reporting. In the district, a new beginning for ex-inmates. There are several programs hoping to set them up for success. That includes a clothing drive where people donated gently used professional pieces. It'll give them a chance to prepare for a return to the job market. Now, there was also a roundtable to help them transition from incarceration and back into society.
It's an opportunity to alleviate strain on individuals that just came home and alleviate strain on their family. The more that we can help them to be connected, to get the things that they need, increases public safety, reduces recidivism.
And the efforts continue. Other upcoming events include an expo on Wednesday to help people get vital resources like job training and treatment programs. And it is Easter weekend. Here's a look at some of the fun you can check out across the DMV. In the district today, Tudor Place is throwing an egg extravaganza. The Easter Bunny will be there for an egg hunt, arts, and games. It starts at noon, goes until 4, and then over in Maryland, there's an egg hunt at the Interfaith Works Essential Needs Center in Rockville. That gets started at 10:30 a.m. The kids, it'll go up until 11 a.m. for the kiddos. There will also be face painting, carnival food, and a bounce house. And to Virginia, in Tyson's, a massive Easter egg hunt. The hunt will have 3,000 plastic eggs covering 3 acres. There's also a petting zoo, paint and sip, and visits from the Easter Bunny. It'll cost $20 to participate. The event will be held at the Perch at Capital One Center. That is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Brittany, a lot going on. I'm wondering who is stuffing 3,000 eggs for that event.
That's a lot of eggs.
But it's going to be nice for those egg hunters.
Yeah, it's going to be a gorgeous day across the entire DMV. We're going to be tracking a warm up, mostly cloudy skies, and at times it will be breezy. So do keep that in mind when you are hunting for those eggs later on this afternoon. But for the most part, today does look to stay dry here in DC. We do have a slight chance of seeing an isolated shower pop up as you head further north along that Maryland Maryland, Pennsylvania borderline. But notice those temperatures will be on the warm side. It looks like we're going to be in the lower 70s as we head into that 7 o'clock hour, mid 70s by 10 o'clock, and then we finally warm things up into the 80s as we head through the afternoon, with highs today getting into the upper 80s. So keep it here. We'll have a full breakdown of this forecast, Haley, up next.
All right.